For posterity's sake, this is CNN's or not CNN's wall map of places that you can move. Now, who should belong to the Hudson River? Now, ask Dan Hess, why is it that I can't get power processing on my Sprint Google phone for a week now with the same telephone numbers for voice calls and internet services? Now, who is preventing him from doing that? They belong in the Hudson River in a symbolic sense, since I didn't ask for it for my first Google phone, but I'm not getting my second one. Now, for posterity's sake, let's call up Alan Guth to see what he has to say about this. Hold on, we're trying to read in a live broadcast here from Google Networks, or Sprint Networks. It's written, and the fact of the matter is that Alan Guth should be asking him this. It's not working here. Hold on. Let's try it again. Ellis Island, Liberty Island. Where a hunter and gatherer was going to Liberty Island to gather green statues and green UFO men. Route 0. The Changing Bowl statue. Museum of Jewish Heritage. Hear that? Anyway, so here we're doing a live broadcast here. And the fact of the matter is that as a specialist from the MacArthur Foundations, a self-appointed specialist, and of course challenging God, bugs human-made, and bugs of nature-made, that God is evil. We're doing a live broadcast here to say we'll see whether Google goggles can track down from all the world's pages of hunter and gatherers where this place is. Now I'm going to ask this place that's revealed its secret location, and it's not CNN Time Warner Broadcast Center of Edison Cooper's, but it may be similar. Now the question today in our live broadcast versus the multimedia broadcast was dance music the other day here, is that number one, why is Dan Hess still not proven to be on Google phones Sprint network first? Internet and voice calls at the same time, simultaneous processing. Who is preventing this? I asked Google Goggles to track it down, and Bob Galluci, the ATL chief of Planet Earth issue versus the Hudson River. Now, the second issue I want to tell you is a different type of broadcast versus multimedia, as you can see. So Alan Guth, live on the phone here, as you can tell, he's really very quiet. Is that why does God not exist? And why is God incompetent? As a specialist from the MacArthur Foundation, Tron, Thor, and Transformation Process, called Harry Potter Fall. Harry Potter Prize has to fail this fall. As we can see, God has failed because he cannot predict human evolution, as the Thor asks wrong before. But let's tell the email trust list, 160 of them, to track down Bob Galluci and Dan Hess on the separate issues. Dan Hess, why is he dragging his feet? And Bob Galluci, how is he doing on the Transformation Harry Potter Prizes? God could not predict evolution of humanity. That's why he used evolution. He used a serial automata of more sophisticated type than generations on my Google phone, or wolfram researchers, wolfram alpha. But the fact of the matter is that he needed to evolve from bacteria, insects, to dogs that serve the same function as different bacteria as bacteria does. Have you ever noticed that humanity has not noticed there's always great human powers that the dogs sniff for bacteria, that bacteria searches to hide in your pockets, in your inner liver, in places where it stinks and is rotten the most. When you have a healthy liver, the bacteria don't want to go there. They want to go to a carcass or liver or organ that's near dead or moving towards that direction. The more stinking bacteria smells, the more the dog wants to stay towards it, just as the bacteria hides in the most stinky, rotten, toxin place. And that's how it reproduces, and the dog's evolutionary, social IQ, ethics, and morals have not changed any more than humans. Walking the dog holding gold bullions think they can make money that way. And needs affection from those bacteria, those who they marry, and of course, the dogs that still the same function, value in life and purpose and mission as bacteria, hiding, sniffing toxin areas to reproduce. And that's why the dogs pull on the rope on humans to say, I need to be near toxins, bacteria smell and gum disease. But God couldn't figure these things out. What does that mean? God couldn't do it by non-evolutionary, non-cellular automata, or non-evolutionary machinery. It had to rely on the evolution of, what is it called? Emergent properties. And the fact of the matter is that it couldn't predict these emergent properties, such as humans and dogs, and bacteria have not emerged from toxin and productive areas that are needed as home shelters in the past to the future upon Earth. Therefore, it cannot predict the math, nor could it write the mathematical program without the evolutionary machine of cellular automata or God's evolutionary machine. It could not predict, nor could it write the mathematical programming for designing or describing or computing humanity. And that's why evolutionary computing automata machines were necessary, i.e. evolutionary laws. Unless God thought that humanity itself was so great, that of course it created itself in its own image, bacteria. The second image I want to tell you about here is that logic itself is not. Logic itself, I don't know why my Google phone is flashing. Logic itself is not intelligence, because the universe has a lot of logic that even Ed Whitman couldn't figure out, nor Al Guth. What is intelligence then? Obviously, it's not logical. The universe is far beyond the intelligence humanity has figured out. Does that mean humanities have no knowledge? No. Does that mean humanity has no intelligence? Maybe. We don't know. Pay attention. Al Guth, triple 18. Al Wong, and of course me, Artie. Protected against the Tower of Babels, from insects, humans, to God created. And things have not changed yet. But intelligence is not an encompassment of knowledge that could be pre-built in, like the universe. The logic of how string theory works is pre-built in. It is a computer, but it's an intelligent computer, or it's just a robotic computer. Well, I'll leave it as an open question. Specialist teams at the MacArthur Foundation. Challenging God down here is common use non-natural superpowers and tell humanity and us what exactly he is made out of besides bacteria. And they destroyed us with one touch of the finger versus this. Now, of course, Alan Goose can't see this. He's only on the phone. But he will be seeing it sooner or later. Look at that. Penn Station, Madison Square Garden. Christopher Street, NYU, Sheridan Square. Which building is this? He says, I know what he's talking about. I'm not stupid. Well, anyway, so the fact of the matter is that close to today's multimedia presentation, as you should say in a different way, with all the dance music, the people were quite impressed by selective choice. Actually, it wasn't mine. It was on KTU.com. 103.5 that my email brain trust list I've heard about for a long time. The days where, what's her name? Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg used to work there as an anchor during the morning. I met her in the early morning hours before she started work after I came back from Princeton after midnight. Remember the good old days, push the Tiananmen Square gates? KTU.com. 103.5 FM New York City. Courtesy of them. The fact of the matter also is that creativity and intelligence is more than knowledge. It has to do with figuring out something that you were not born with. And of course, to do real computing that's different from the way that a universe holographic computer or string theory computer works. But of course, we leave that as an open question as the MacArthur specialist teams. And as God wants answers for us, the question will have to wait for Alan Guth and Ed Whitman when they have finally defined how the computer holographic universe works.